Really?
The more the blacks move in, the more it shuts down. That's the truth, and you know it. The vast majority of people here are just afraid to say
He's fine. Hey, racist piece of
He's a child.
Hey,
I didn't say anything to the thing.
We don't need to.
He's not a thing.
Go away. They're not a race.
Hey, you're a race.
The race is from Eurasia. Mankind is from Africa.
Come on, let's get your shoes.
You're a disgrace to society.
Walk away.
No.
Walk away.
I try to keep it clean. Can you imagine what this is going to be like once it's all taken over by that? Just a big ghetto.
You're filth.
Just a big ghetto.
You'll
be. It won't matter. We'll all.
I don't even have words. I don't even know what to say about your kind.
My kind is all over. They're just afraid to say stuff.
Well, maybe they should be afraid.
No, I'm not.
Come on, you guys.
Obviously.
You have not.
I want soda.
No.
Don't worry. I'll go to the bathroom.
What's good, family? Welcome back to the grassroots, where we keep it 100. Cut through the noise and expose the raw truth that the mainstream won't touch. Today we're diving deep into some straight up foolishness that's got me heated. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell and join the movement, because we're about to break this down like nobody else can. Let's get it. Alright y'all, buckle up, because this one's gonna make your blood boil. We got a story fresh off X, posted by the account I Expose Racists and Pedos. Shout out to them for doing the Lord's work. The headline: a racist white man at a children's event. Let that sink in. A place where kids are supposed to be safe while having fun calls a black child a thing. Not a person, not a kid, but a thing. And if that wasn't enough, this clown doubles down, saying, and I quote, "The more black people move in, the more dangerous it gets." Oh, we got a lot to unpack here, family. This is peak anti-blackness, and it's a stark reminder of the horror foundational black Americans face just trying to live our lives. Let's dive in. So picture this, a children's event. You know, balloons, bounce houses, kids laughing, parents chilling. This is supposed to be a wholesome vibe, right? But no, not for this black family. A black child minding their business, just being a kid, gets targeted by this. Grown-ass man who decides it's his mission to spew venom. He looks at this innocent child and calls them a thing. Let's pause there. A thing. That's not just a slip of the tongue. That's a mindset. That's a worldview rooted in centuries of dehumanizing black people, going all the way back to the slave ships when they called us cargo. This ain't new, y'all. It's just 2025, and the mask is off. And then he says, the more black people move, and the more dangerous it gets. Oh really, Chad? So black people just existing in a neighborhood makes it dangerous? You mean the same black people who are raising families, paying taxes, and just trying to get through the day without being harassed? This dude's out here acting like our presence is a threat, like we're the ones making life unsafe. Meanwhile, he's the one terrorizing a child at a community event. The irony? This video posted by I Expose Racists and Pedos on X is blowing up because it captures the kind of raw, unfiltered racism that foundational black Americans deal with daily. And let me be clear, this ain't an isolated incident. This is the kind of micro and sometimes macro aggression that we face just trying to do normal stuff. Taking our kids to a birthday party, gotta dodge racists. Going to the grocery store, better brace for Karen. Moving into a new neighborhood, here comes the concerned citizen talking about property values. It's exhausting, y'all. Let's talk about the horror of this, because this ain't just about one dumb dude with a loud mouth. This is about a system and a culture that emboldens people like him to act this way. When you call a black child a thing, you're tapping into a legacy of dehumanization that's been weaponized against us for 400 years. Back in the day, they called us 3/5 of a person. Today, they're calling our kids things. Same energy, different packaging. And let's not sugarcoat this. Foundational black Americans, you know, those of us whose ancestors built this country for free, who survived slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, mass incarceration, we face a unique kind of terror. It's not just the big headline-grabbing stuff like police brutality. It's the everyday horror of knowing that at any moment, some random person might decide you don't belong. You could be at a kid's event, a place where you're supposed to feel safe, and boom, here comes a racist trying to ruin your day. That's psychological warfare, fam. Imagine being that black parent at this event. You're just trying to let your kid have a good time and maybe snap a few pics for the gram. And now you gotta deal with this nonsense. You gotta explain to your child why this grown man is calling them names. You gotta shield them from the trauma while holding back your own rage calls. You know, if you react the way you want to, you might end up in cuffs or worse. That's the tightrope we walk every single day. And for what? For daring to exist in a space that's supposed to be for everybody. And let's talk about the kid. A black child, probably no older than 8 or 9. Just trying to eat some cotton candy and play some games, now has to process being called a thing. That's a wound that doesn't just heal. That's a memory that sticks with you, that shapes how you see the world. It's a reminder that no matter how young you are, no matter how innocent, there's always going to be someone out there who sees your blackness as a problem. That's the horror we live with. Now let's zoom out, cause this dude's comment about the more black people move in ain't just a random rant. It's tied to a bigger issue, the fear of black presence in so-called nice spaces. This is about gentrification, redlining, and the long history of keeping black folks out of certain neighborhoods. When he says the more black people move in, the more dangerous it gets, what he's really saying is, I don't want black people here. It's the same mentality that fueled white flight in the 60s and 70s. And it's the same mentality that's driving displacement today. Check this out. According to a study from the Brookings Institution, 80% of white Americans live in neighborhoods that are less than 10% black. Meanwhile, black folks are often concentrated in areas with underfunded schools, higher crime rates, and not because we choose to live there, but because of decades of discriminatory policies. So when we do move into their neighborhoods, folks like this guy lose their minds. They're not scared of danger. They're scared of losing control. So when black families move into these neighborhoods, it's not just about a new address. It's an act of resistance. It's saying we deserve to be here too. But instead of being welcomed, we get this racists calling our kids things and whining about danger. And let's be real, the danger they're talking about isn't crime. It's the threat to their fragile sense of superiority. That's what's really at stake here. So what do we do about this, family? Because we ain't just gonna sit here and take it. First off, we keep exposing these clowns. We need more of that, holding these folks accountable, putting their faces on blast, and making sure they feel the heat. Social media is a weapon, and we're locked and loaded. Second, we protect our kids. That means having those tough conversations about racism early, teaching them to love their blackness and building communities where they feel safe and valued. It also means showing up at school boards, city councils, wherever decisions are made to demand change. We can't let these incidents slide. Third, we keep building our own. Foundational black Americans have always found ways to thrive no matter the odds. Whether it's starting businesses, creating art, or just holding each other down, we're unstoppable. And yeah, that includes voting, because these local elections matter. You think this dude's voting for policies that help us? Not at all. So we gotta outvote him and his whole crew. And finally, we keep laughing. Yeah, you heard me. We laugh at these fools. This guy is out here calling kids things like he's auditioning for the Klan's Got Talent. He's a joke, and we don't have to let his nonsense steal our joy. Foundational black Americans have been through worse and still come out shining. So let's keep that energy, bold and unapologetic. Alright, family, that's the word from the grassroots. This story about a racist calling a black child a thing and whining about black people moving in. It's disgusting, but it's also a wake-up call. We're not just fighting for our right to exist. We're fighting for our kids, our communities, and our future. So stay woke, stay active, and keep pushing back against this nonsense. Drop a comment below and let me know how you're feeling about this. Are you as heated as I am? And hey, if you're rocking with the movement, smash that like button and subscribe and share this video with everybody you know. We're building something real here, and you're part of it. Until next time, we out here planting seeds for the revolution. Peace.